think we're live, I think. Good evening, everybody. I don't know if we've got anybody viewing yet, so I'm just going to sit back and wait for a couple of minutes. Oh, we've got 13 jumped on already. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Hi, Mike. Actually, Mike came on 9 minutes early. History Unearthed. History Unearthed. Darren. Good to see you, my friend. Oh, we've got a blitz of messages coming through. I've not done a live stream for about, well, I don't know. When was the last time we did a live stream? Was it before Christmas? I think it was. He says pulling his chair up. It was probably December.
I don't know.
I'm just going to go through some good evening to you, Gary. Good to see you on here, sir. Good to see you, Michael and Terry. I'll flash these on the screen as quickly as I possibly can. All really good to see everybody, actually. We're jumping up to about 18, 19 people watching. That's good news. Hey, Graham from Ferret Fangs. Love his picture, by the way. Most of the viewers are on YouTube. We've got a few on Facebook, half a dozen on Facebook watching. Sai and Dan, Treasure Hunters, hello there. Good to see you both. Wayne Heston King. Very nice man is Wayne. Good to see you. I hope you've got rid of COVID, Wayne. I know you had COVID. So I do hope you feel better. We've got Christopher Kirk. How are you doing, Chris? Hope you're well. And we've got Jim Lodge. Looking good and tanned on his photograph. I bet he's not feeling so tan today with the weather that we've had. Good evening to Ryan from Lancashire. And XP. Not sure who that is, but obviously uses XP with a Stormtrooper logo. Good to see you, sir. And we've got Kyle Jackson. How new to Detector in just a few months. Love your videos. When's part 2 of the beginner's guide? Kyle, we're just trying to get a break in the weather. I don't know if you've all had the weather that we've experienced in the last 3 or 4 days, but it's been absolutely horrendous. I think we've had 3 or 4 storms in the last week or so. We've had heavy snow today on top of the storms. So I've not even had chance to get out in the fields and do a part 2, but it'll be coming soon. Hopefully it'll help people just gain a bit of confidence around gaining permissions and things, which is all the whole reason why we do these films, is to help people understand the fundamentals of detecting. So it's good to know that it's doing well, hitting the right audience. However, that particular video, A Guide to Metal Detecting, didn't do that very well. It didn't get as many views on it for some reason, which is very strange. It's a very strange place, is YouTube. Kyle Jackson, we've had Kyle. Sorry, I clicked the wrong one. Tony Brown, good to see you, Tony. Good to see you too, sir. And we've got Mudface Girl on this evening. For all those that are watching now, because there's more and more people logging on, which is good. Mudface Girl is the latest team member of Team Unearthed. If you look for her channel on YouTube and subscribe to that, you will find it's a very interesting channel. It's a feature-packed channel. It's different to most of the YouTube channels, actually. So it's certainly worth giving Mudface Girl a look. You'll find her on the homepage here. Unearthed, you'll see the Team Unearthed members across the bottom. Have a look. She does some really good content. And I think YouTube is all about content. There's a lot of clickbait. There's a lot of silliness that goes on at times. But Mudface Girl's one of those detectorists that really stands out. And there's another gentleman here, look. This time it's the Dark Knight Detectorist. He's another Team Unearthed member. He does a really good job. He found some nice things, including a rather nice, interesting token. So give that a watch, I would. If you get a chance to see his latest video, you'll see a wonderful token from Jason. I really like that token. I really like tokens in good condition. Treasure Huntress, good to see you this evening on a Saturday. I hope the weather's fine where you are. And we've got Andy. Good to see you, Andy. Wayne saying his COVID's gone, which is good. Melanie Walker, good evening, lovely lady. Somebody saying to you, Mel? Mudface Girl, in fact.
Hi, Liddy.
Billy Morrison, hello. Great picture of Spartacus. And Chris is asking about Ryan. Has Ryan Chapel warmed up from his days detecting today? Tell you what, you've had some good news regarding the legend. And the legend actually is one of the reasons why we are doing the live stream. Actually, there's quite a lot of information going on. And I want to sort of buckle down and concentrate on the information that's coming out, actually, about all sorts of weird and wonderful things. I'm just going to go through. So me and Said beach hunted today, Massive Field. Beaches can be notoriously difficult to search. It takes time and effort on beaches, believe me. It can be difficult, but keep searching. I'm sure you'll hit the goods. I'm just going to do that. Right. I'm going to go through as much as I can. Thanks, Stars, for the live stream. Thank the Stars for the live stream. After weeks of being forced to watch Masked Singers and the prospect of having to watch Ant and Dec tonight. There you go. I don't know if I don't know if I can live up to Ant and Dec's fame much, William. But great to see you, William. Actually, I'll go back to William. Good to see you. A good win today for Liverpool, 3-1 against Norwich. Sorry, East Anglia. It won't please a lot of people. Yes. John O'Reilly. Hello, John. Now, did I see you make some interesting finds today, John? I'm hoping you did. I'm hoping I did. I've not got you mixed up with somebody else. I'm pretty sure it is you, John. Well done on them finds. Digger Dan, metal detecting, another Team on Earth member. Great guy. A very likable guy. Give his YouTube channel a look. You can't do any harm. We're up to 31 people, folks. We're up to 31. That's quite a number already. And we've got the Dark Knight detectives back asking, saying hi to Darren and Dan. We've got Rob Quince. Good to see Rob from Cambridgeshire on. And I'm going to now click off and start talking about why we're doing this live stream. Now, there's a number of things I want to get through, and I think it's perfect timing to do it because we may not get the opportunity to do another live stream for some time. And the reason is just because we're that busy to try to fit different things in, and there's that much information coming out all the time about certain things. I thought it was the ideal opportunity to do it. So everybody's asking about the legend, the Nocta legend, which I can understand because I think it's a rather exciting time to be a detectorist, for one, because of all these new products and accessories and detectors that seem to be emerging, which it can only be a good thing for people that want to improve their detecting somewhat with better performing machines packed with features. And the legend, by all accounts, is going to be just that. We did expect the legend to be here sooner. We did expect them to be sort of here maybe. There was one time I was looking around about Christmas time, but Nocta, in their wisdom, decided to bring the legend back in-house after some recommendations from some of the field testers, which I think is the right thing to do. And to be honest with you, there's been a time where we thought, well, maybe January, and January's gone, and we're ramping home now, right through February. But the good news is it's looking like there's a bit of light at the end of the tunnel. So I'm just going to stick my neck on the block a little bit. I'm thinking probably end of this month, first few days into March, we may see some movement with the legend. Now, you can tell there's something nearing because there's a lot of people getting rather excited about the detector, which is good. So I expect that to be a flurry of activity around about the end of this month. He says, or like I said, maybe first few days into March. We're on the 19th of February already, so it's not long to go now, folks. We're taking names already for the legend, both packages, and by all accounts, the legend will be damn good value for money. Multi-frequency machine, waterproof, wireless, full of features. I'm thinking possibly it'll be one of these machines that come in and really sort of hit the mark in the market and also surprise a few people as well, because Nocta Macro as a company have been around, a few years now. And, me as a detectorist with my detectorist hat on, from time to time, I have used Nocta products. And I've also used a Simplex out in the fields quite a bit as well. And I've never been disappointed with anything that's come from Nocta Macro, accessory-wise or detector. So I can't see the legend being any different. I think it'll be a damn good machine for people that want to have an all-terrain machine that can one day be on the fields detecting, if they decide to be, and then if you decide to go onto the beaches, then the legend will be perfectly at home on the beaches, and of course the wet sand. So wet sand detecting, if it's your thing, then the legend will be right up there for that. And it's waterproof, so you're not going to get any problems in that respect. So a true all-terrain machine, and believe me, true all-terrain detectors are difficult to come by. A lot of manufacturers claim that their machines with the AT badge, of course, can work well on land, beaches, wet sand, mineralized sites, etc. But the reality is a lot of them struggle, especially the single frequency ones on the wet sand. So I think it's marketed properly, I think it's priced properly, and I think it'll be a hit. So let's see. So that's going to be the legend in probably end of this month, start of March. Just remember though, people are saying it's going to be shipped this week. The American market gets the first bite of the cherry, and then I think after the Americans are supplied with the first batch of the legend detectors, then everybody else falls in line behind it, including Europe and the UK. So I think that's the gist of it. So enjoy the anticipation, folks, because it's nearing. The legend is very, very close to becoming the reality, folks. So there you go. Happy days. We've got 37 people. We're getting quite a lot of let's have a look where we are. Got lots and lots of different comments coming on. Dialect said the legend will start, or Dilek will start shipping this week. Yeah, UK first. Wayne Heston King was waiting for the legend, need a new machine. Others faulty, so went to the Knox. Yeah, Knox is a great machine. Fantastic, Wayne. Defo a legend, as you won't see it, says Sight and Dan Treasure Hunter. Correct from Mike. Right, so the legend, we know that's going to be closing in rather soon. Other things we need to talk about, I think, for people, because we're getting pretty much inundated at the moment with different questions about. Just let me answer this one here. How is it that European manufacturer gives the Americans first bite of the cherry? I think it's probably to do with the market in America. I think it's probably due to the market in America being probably the biggest, Jace. So that's what I think. Is everybody being able to see me okay? Can you see? Can everybody hear me? Because I'm getting quite a few people saying that I'm pausing a little bit. So it's probably your end. It's probably the weather, Melanie said. Yeah. We're running on full steam here, actually, broadband internet. So if you're struggling to see any pauses, it's not my fault. It's probably the other end. So the more information coming out is regarding the ITV series that's coming out very soon. So for those who don't already know, probably most of you wonderful people know about this, and Jim's just touching on it. The 7th of March. The 7th of March is going to be the first showing on ITV4 of the metal detecting series that we've been filming. So we started filming that way back in September last year. We finished in January this year. We sat and patiently waited for the production company to stitch all their magic together. And we had a date the end of February originally, then it got put back to March. So we're going to be all systems go. All systems go, folks, from the 7th of March. So it's going to be ITV4, 9 p.m. Mel?
Yeah.
9 p.m. ITV4, Henry Cole's Great British Treasure Hunt. Now, it's going to be every night of that week. So 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 5 nights. And it's going to be, listen, I'm going to stick my neck on the block, folks. It's metal detecting at its finest, right? So you've got everything here. We started off in 30 degrees of heat, filming, and then we ended up in -3. So you're going to get the full range of weather conditions. And it's, if you enjoyed the Detectorists, is it the Detectorists program, the fictional program with Mackenzie Crook, which a lot of people enjoyed, then you're going to absolutely love this, because this is like the real deal. I can't give anything else away, folks. I really can't. I'd love to talk more about it, and I will do afterwards. But, you know, I have to say that it was the greatest experience I've had for many years. It was a highlight, you know, to be on television, in front of the cameras, doing what I love best. We've got people on chat. Can you? No, you can't, Melanie. Sorry. We've got people on Facebook chat going on in the background, so I do apologise, folks, for them noises. I need to do something. Anyway, so it's the 7th. Get it in your diaries, folks. The 7th of March. Henry Cole's Great British Treasure Hunt. There's 5 teams of detectorists going up against each other. I can talk about that a little bit. Me and my detecting partner, Adrian, for the series, go up against 4 other metal detecting teams. So there's 10 detectorists in total. And, you know, it's going to be, I've watched the trial episodes, if that's the right word. And it's just, I just thought it was absolutely fantastic. It's going to make fantastic, you know, viewing, entertainment viewing, the highs and lows of detecting right there in front of your eyes. And it's here in the UK. And I'm sure you're all going to enjoy it. I'm sure every single person that watches it are going to say, you know what, I really enjoyed that. It was entertaining. It was historically factual. And, you know, it was realistic, as Melanie says, yes. So get it in your diaries, folks. It's coming very, very soon. What are we now? 2 weeks away. 2 weeks this Monday. Getting rather nervous about it. And, of course, there's going to be people that slag it off. There's going to be people, for whatever reason, a little bit of jealousy creeping in, I guess, and trolls coming out of the woodwork as they normally do. But the vast majority of normal, decent people, detectorists and people that like history, are going to really, really enjoy this series. So keep an eye out for it. If anybody forgets, you can always drop us a line. It's just... And there you go. Look at that. Spoiler alert coming through from Mudface Girl. It's going to be brilliant. It's just really good, entertaining television. And judging by what is on television at the moment out there on some channels, believe me, you're going to really enjoy this. So that's that put to bed. We may go back at the end of this stream just to touch on the dates again. If anybody's got any questions that I can answer, you know, feel free to ask about the upcoming series. It's all filmed here in the UK in different locations throughout England, from the north right down to the south, east, you know, Midlands sort of thing. It's we're pretty much spread right through the country in different locations. So. Yeah, Wayne, you're right, mate. Yeah, the trolls will be out in force. Usually, you know, it's usually triggered by jealousy, unfortunately. But you know what? We're not the ones that have to look at ourselves in the mirror like they do every day. So, you know, let them crack on with that. So we've got that, and I have to say, moving just slightly away from the television series, which is, you know, again rather exciting. I think 2022, which we're already ploughing through already, aren't we? Already nearing the end of Feb, will be a pretty interesting year for metal detecting, as in accessories, new machines, new products, new technology, that sort of thing. I think we'll probably look, maybe putting my neck on the block a little bit, but I think in the years to come, we may look back on 2022 as being a bit of a landmark year for new accessories, products, detectors that are coming out onto the market. And I say this because, you know, I am, without saying too much at the moment, I am getting wind of rather exciting products and things coming out in the future, very near future. including the Legend, which I think will be a big hit. But not every year is going to be like that. You know, some of the manufacturers may produce a really good detector and sit on it and enjoy and reap the rewards for the next, 5 years, 10 years or whatever. But I think 2022 is already showing that we're already getting right in amongst all the new products that are coming out. So you only have to look at what's come out in the first couple of months. And I'm just going to see if I can just, I don't know if you guys can still see me. Right, where we at? Right, let me just knock this rubbish off because I've got far too many people on Facebook chat. And I've knocked it off so I don't get them notifications anymore. Right. So let me just go through some of this. Thanks, Graham Melanie, for products I received Monday. The carbon shaft is excellent. Folding arm cut from the Knox. Yes, it is, Rob. Very good. Did they feed and water you good when you were filming, says Terry? They did. They actually did. I've just knocked you off by mistake. So much so, Terry, that I have to admit, I really do have to admit something. Melanie's probably grinning at me in the background, but we were fed and watered that well that I put on a considerable amount of weight, and I'm blaming the sheer amount of food that I was devouring with the rest of the team after the filming finished. Because we were filming, we were in hotels, of course, which you would understand and imagine we were. So we were dining in parts, or I was dining in parts a little bit too much. So I've had to go on a diet. I started the diet. When did I start the diet, Melanie?
4 weeks ago.
Started the diet 4 weeks ago, and I've shed half a stone. So I'm happy that my diet's gone really well. But yeah, I think we were fed and watered, or I was certainly fed and watered a little bit too well. So there you go. Yeah, we were pretty much fed and watered very, very well. Let's have a look at this. I like the look of that Smartman, which turns out when you pull it out the smart technology, that from the Dark Knight himself. John, when's the new MindLab coming out? I'm not sure, John. I can't say too much about anything at the moment with regards to MindLab and their machines, but you can bet your bottom dollar that things are going on behind the scenes, and the engineers are sort of busily working their magic with something coming out, I should imagine. Good evening, Bludicus Detects. Good evening to you, Jack. Hope you're well. Hope the snow's kept itself at bay, not like down here. Multi-frequency T3, we get the juices for him. Chris, I don't think we're ever going to see a multi-frequency T3 in any time soon. I can remember talking to some of the guys at the factory about the multi-frequency T3, and they were saying it's coming. That was 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19. I don't think there's going to be such thing as a T3. I'd love to think it was coming, but I don't see anything yet, which is a shame. Yeah, there was one or two people. How-to videos for both the carbon shaft and folding arm control unit to show they work and assemble on my YouTube. There you go. So if anybody needs to know anything about the carbon shaft systems and the folding arm folding arm control unit on the Equinox, go over to Mudface Girls channel and you'll see a really good demo. In fact, it's that good. I've ended up putting it on my website. There you go. And I don't do that often. I don't even put my own films on my own website sometimes. Do you think Knox will bring out any updates because of the Deus 2? I'm not sure, Rob. They may do, or it may trigger them to do something else. I'll keep that just there. Here he is, Trouble, MindLab Northern Detector. Hello, good people. That is Dave Tat Taylor himself. Very nice man himself at times. Jason's getting a reply back from Bludicus Detects. And he's also saying hi to Tat, I think. Yes, he is. There you go. She digs it. Happy swing. Good evening, all. Good evening to you. I hope you're well and hope this storm isn't ravaging your area too much. What have we got going on? We've got Al Plevion. I know the 800 is a cracking machine. Do you think they will do an update? When you say an update, do you mean a software update where you can download new info on it, or are you thinking of a new completely new detector, Al. Anything could happen, couldn't it? It's all rather exciting. 2022 is already ramping up to be a rather exciting year for new accessories. So already we've got the Fieldmaster spades, which I've actually nearly ran out of stock of. They're that popular. I think the price point's right, and I think the spades themselves are that strong. They'll last a lifetime. Designed by ourselves, manufactured by Black Adder. And they're just a hit. They've just been brilliant. I just love working with new concepts and new ideas. It keeps me going. So the new Fieldmasters are just about sold out. I think I've got 2 left. And we've got the folding control box adapter for the Equinox. That's new out. That's a big hit as well. And of course, the unbreakable alloy or aluminium arm cup for the Equinox. That's also proving to be a very popular product. Yes, Mudfaced Girl, you're getting some accolades. Yes, Mudfaced Girl, your vids are excellent. They are very good. Do you know what it is? We could talk about this a little bit, actually. For years and years, metal detecting was pretty much a male-dominated hobby. The middle class, not middle class, middle-aged, actually. I shouldn't use the word middle class. Middle-aged, white, male-dominated hobby. And ladies, females, have always been detecting for as long as I can remember. I remember detecting 30 years ago in East Anglia on some of the organised digs down there. And there was quite a lot of ladies that attended. But what we're seeing now is an emergence of more and more females detecting. And I have to say that the females do have and will continue to give the males a bloody nose. Because believe me or not, it's one of these hobbies that's a great leveler. The ladies on the unearthed organised digs, for example, smash it, is the word I use. They smash it each week, and you can guarantee at least one of the ladies on the digs, when we're allowed to get out in the fields, of course, usually come back with something special and give the men a bloody nose. So it's heartwarming to see more and more lady detectorists out there, and Mudfaced Girl is one with her new YouTube channel. A completely different concept to a lot of the other ones that are out there. Certainly worth a look for those that haven't already done so. And it's all about sharing information, advice, and guidance through detecting as well, I think. John O'Reilly, folding handle adapter. Yes, very good. Very easy to fit. Very, very easy to fit, John. And worth every penny, I think. Software. I don't know. I don't know what MindLab would do to bring out an update to improve the Equinox. They must be able to do something, of course, because they're classed as one of the leading manufacturers in the world of metal detectors. So they could quite easily bring something out that would improve it. However, sometimes you've got to be careful what you wish for, because some updates on machines over the years haven't been as successful as promoted. So, one or two of the updates on whatever machine we want to talk about haven't really been as good as we think, or as the manufacturers promoted. So yeah, it might be that MindLab bring an update out, but it might even be an update for the Vanquish. Who knows? Because the Vanquish has got a port in the back of it if you look carefully. So I'm sure it can be, or softwares can be added to it. Right. Let's just have a look what we've got going on here. Dave Reed's on. Good to see Dave Reed, a lovely man. What we've got here. The storm is ravaging my area. Lots of trees down and missing trampolines. Yeah, it's not good, is it? It's been a torturous few weeks weather-wise. And the treasure huntress actually says girl power. We can talk about it all night if you want, and people can disagree with with some of my comments, but the women detectorists, for me, especially the ones that I know, are formidable detectorists. They don't give in. They're not beaten easily on these organised digs, and it's not a competition. Remember, everybody goes out to detect and enjoy the day and get on with everybody else, but it's usually the women that come back to the car with something special. In fact, I think I did a bit of a spreadsheet not so long ago, when it was something like 12 out of 14 of our digs, Mel, the women smashed it. The women came back with the most important finds: Bronze Age axe heads, Hordes.
Dave Reed, please, very kind message today.
Yeah, and Dave Reed, thank you for your very kind message, apparently, today. That was off Melanie. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, so if it's not hordes, the females have found hordes on our digs, Bronze Age axes, hammered coins, rare strap ends, you know, you name it, they're pretty much giving the men a bloody nose. So girl power indeed. Girl power indeed. Where are we going here now? Let's just have a look. Derek Sutcliffe, from the Band of Brothers Metal Detecting Group. All the very best to Unearth UK and all the best for the folks that are associated with you. Good to see you, Malk. Oh, Derek. I'm going to start calling you Derek. No, it's Derek. Graham, can you keep me a Fieldmaster spade for me, please? Payday next Friday. I will do, sir. They're very good. You'll enjoy it. We nearly sold out. There's another batch coming. Malk says all the best. Good lad. Dan's channel. Where we at? Dan's channel is excellent also. From Rob. Great spades them. I have put it through its paces last 3 weeks. That's the Fieldmaster Tat's talking about. I'm glad you enjoy it. Do you know what? It did take a lot of designing. And Blackadder are a really good company. They've been around for about 30 years and they know the stuff about spades. And more coming as well, folks. More coming. Mudface Girl, just give you a quick sub. I will check your channel out later. I don't know if you can see that, Mudface Girl. Are you there? But you've got another sub. It's all about sharing, you see. And we've got Digger Dan thanking Rob. We've got a Facebook user coming up. Hi, everyone. I'm not sure who that is. Louise. We've got more people on YouTube. If you're on YouTube watching, folks, give us a thumbs up. If you give us one of them, just click on it. And if you haven't already subbed to the Unearthed YouTube channel, which I'm pretty sure most of you have, just drop us a subscription. It's free. It's easy. And the reason why is because any events that we're organising, detecting events this year, will be announced on this channel. So it's well worthwhile keeping in touch with our Unearthed YouTube channel and subscribing to it, because we don't, and I'm going to say this, Facebook is a funny, I've just got one actually. We've got a tick look. Oh, no. There. Just there. He says. Facebook is a funny place to promote anything. And the reason is, if you have any views on that platform other than what they've got, they sort of like shadow ban you a little bit. And lots of our friends and detecting buddies have been almost shadow banned by Facebook, so they don't get a chance to see too much content going out there. And if you want content to go out there on that platform, they pretty much want they want the wonga, they want paying for it. They ask you to do some sort of promoted payment scheme with them, which is it's just a load of con, really. So YouTube is a better platform for us to promote free things like events. So we are going to be doing a detecting event for people to attend this spring. Once we get the land in place, then it'll be much more apparent. But it's going to be a hopefully MindLab sponsored event. We've still got to speak to MindLab about that. It might be another manufacturer that sponsor it. But the plan is to have a day's event where people can come along, have a day's detecting, have a bit of a token hunt to win prizes, have a really good raffle going on, maybe get a bite to eat, maybe get some tuition, one-to-one tuition to how to use your detector properly, that sort of thing. Really interesting day. So keep an eye out for that, folks, and it'll be mentioned on this channel. So it's in everybody's best interest to sub this channel, I think. It's an unashamed plug. Who cares? Got to do it, haven't we? How do some of these YouTube channels get thousands of people watching them? It's beyond me, because half of it's just a load of waffle. Dan will be wearing that hat you sent him in the summer. He will keep finding silver with it. There you go. I've got a hi from Facebook. MindLab Detectspert Dave says Hazel's always beating me. Hazel's his wife, and she does indeed. And she got a gold coin on the Unearthed Organised Dig a couple of weeks ago. So let's just have a look at what Mike has said. The Equinox is an amazing machine. The only problem from my point of view is that you cannot open them. They have to be cut open as far as I know, so sadly we'll not be repairing them. Yeah, they're a little bit more flexible, Mike, than people think, believe it or not. But the Equinox is indeed a mighty fine machine, especially on pasture. It'll outdo, in my opinion, you can bring all your fancy, expensive machines along to deep pasture in Cumbria, and test them out. But the Equinox will come out on top on most sites, believe me. On arable fields in the south, things are slightly different. But on clean, deep pasture, the Equinox takes some beating. And we know this because of the hoard that we found way back in 2020, where the Equinox was the only detector to find the coins. And we tried 7 different machines over that patch. Mudface Girl is one of the best and most knowledgeable one. I don't know if Mudface Girl's on here anymore. Oh, she is. She's on there. I'm going through the thing. I'm going through the list. Dale's on. Hi. Just a brief hi from Dale. Good to see you, Dale. I wish my wife would get interested in detecting. It's not for everybody, detecting. And Mudface Girl, she digs it. Thanks very much. Good to see you on there still, Mudface Girl. I didn't let me down today either, Rob, which is good. We've got somebody else on BC Treasure Trails. Hi. Now then, BC Treasure Trails. Tell everybody where you're from if you can, because I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure you're from distant lands. Hi, Dale from Jace. Rob Quincy saying really with a thumbs up. Any news on the rucksack you're developing? We've got the prototype, Jim. Me and Melanie had a bit of a giggle to ourselves because it's actually very good, but we've got to make sure we can fit a detector in it. So that might take a little bit of time. Jean Simpson's on. Now, Jean is a wonderful woman who attends the organised digs, and she epitomises what I was saying about female detectorists. Jean has actually come back to the car on numerous occasions with the best finds of the day, including Bronze Age axes, not just a Bronze Age axe, Bronze Age axes, which means more than one, and a hoard of silver hammered coins. So what I was saying about lady detectorists, Jean fits that bill. Lots of people saying hi to Dale. He's not a bad old stick, isn't Dale, is he? He's a decent enough chap. Once you understand his East Anglian twang, he says. Please sub to She Digs It. Happy swinging. Roseanne uses the Nox 800 and her videos are great watching. There you go. Another plug. And it's all about sharing, isn't it? You know, if you're on YouTube watching now, by the way, folks, just press the thumbs up button. We've only got one. Well, probably got more than one actually, but just so I can see it work, I've got one little tick and we've got at least 30 odd people watching. So if anybody's watching now from YouTube, not Facebook, but YouTube, just give us the thumbs up if you can. Richard Elliott, good man. Richard, he finds some nice gear as well. He's another one that finds Bronze Age stuff. Digger Dan saying hi. Detecting with Dale is saying something. I can't see what he's saying. Support team on Earth. We will look after you all. There you go. There you go. Thank you, Jason. You're all getting on quite well, aren't you? Wisco Detect. I'm not sure where you're from, but I guess it's the United States, which would be cool. And my old friend's on, Neil Radner, farmer, detectorist, legend. Good to see you, Neil. I was just saying to Melanie the other day, we've not heard from you for some time, so I hope all's well, and I guess you're lambing. So you're probably busy with lambs. And thankfully I'm not this year. Tat's got some advanced settings to teach people now. Oh, the banter started, has it? Right, okay. This will be fun. You're welcome, Roseanne. Gee, I'm out of here. Got to go and cook tea. Give your old dog a head rub from me. Probably speak to admin chat later. Okay, you take care. Have a good evening and give Steve my regards. Bye, Liddy. Now, Dale, lad. So there's a lot of banter going on between Dale and Tat, which is usual. The real banter, folks, if you're on watching this and you wonder who Dale and Dave Tat Taylor are, the part of Team on Earth, Dale does a really good job in promoting his wonderful videos from East Anglia, and Dave does an equally sterling job of promoting his detecting adventures out in the field and his Mine Lab tuition is probably the right word. They have a lot of banter, even though they live miles apart. They have banter every day on some of the Facebook admin chat groups. So they're both admin on Facebook, on our groups, and they both know each other quite well. Here's the question. If anybody's listening, if anybody can answer me this, they actually win a prize. I'm not sure what the prize is yet, but they actually win a prize. Who is the tallest person out of Dale and Tat? So if anybody can answer it, they win a prize. I don't know. I don't know who's the tallest, but it seems to be a bugbear between the pair of them. I'm not getting involved because I'm much taller than the pair of them, so it doesn't really bother me. But
Even Tinker's taller.
even Melanie just said even Tinker the Terrier's taller. So let's have a look. Detecting with Dale. I'm guessing Canada for BC. Is it me, or does Northern Detectspert look like Prince Harry? No offence intended, by the way. Let's just have a look at his face. He does on that picture, actually. Yes, I can. I think he does a little bit look like Prince Harry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Melanie says no, but I think so.
Hazel will be laughing her head off.
Thanks for the update, Bludicus. That's fantastic. 26. Only giving me one on here, so I don't know what's going on. Andy is a good man. He's putting the thumbs up. Crazy 7 evening to you. Good to see you on here. Christopher Kirk is coming back with Dale. He's supposed to be on the North Pole duty at this time of the year, with smiley faces. Neil's give us a thumbs up, so that means he is busy. That's good, Mel. That's good. What, on YouTube? Oh, good. Wisco Detects gives us a thumbs up. That's very kind of him. I used to think detecting was for sad, lonely men with no life. How wrong I was. It's a great hobby that gets me out and about. So glad I discovered detecting. I'm glad you discovered it as well, sir. Took you long enough, but you got there. Everybody at some point in their life should be allowed to have a go at detecting, whether they enjoy it or not. It's not for the elite. It's not for the people that have been doing it for years and years. Everybody should be given the opportunity to have a go with the detector. That's my view on it. It's Wisconsin, of course. Yes. What a great place. What a fantastic privilege to have somebody from the States on this evening. Really nice to see you, sir. I hope everything's okay over there and the weather is probably not worse than what we've got here, actually. Dale is the tallest. There you go. So he's Dark Knight Detectorist has thrown his hat into the ring saying that Dale is the tallest. So there. Digger Dan's laughing at that. Where we are? Whoa. Tat is now. Hang on a minute, Mel. We've got what? It's 1-1 because Wayne Heston King saying Tat's the tallest. Trevor, thank you, Trevor, for the thumbs up, sir. Derek is actually saying Dale from Mount Sut. Mount Sut's thrown his hat into the ring and said Dale. So Dale is actually leading 2-1 on the tall stakes. The weather stops to the country, but not you, Lambing. Sheds full, awaiting an improvement in weather. Yeah, no, we're struggling this year, actually, Neil. Just a bit of just a little bit of a side step away from detecting for one moment. I'm having to feed our sheep lots of hay and nuts and things because we've just got no grass. It's a waterlogged mess at the moment, our fields. So I sympathise with you. It's been the wettest start to a year I can remember. Our fields are usually dry all year round, but this year I'm stomping around in mud. I've got too many sheep for too little land. Everybody ignore Chris Kirk. Right, okay. So we're still winning. I think Tat's still winning. I think maybe Dale is. Dale and Tat, Battle of the Borrowers. Yes. Yeah, I've just read that out, Mel. I've just read that out. Tat's well, he sink that far into the mud because he spends all the time chatting in the field. That's why he appears short. He does do a lot of chatting, Chris. Yes, I've noticed. Yes, he does. And he still finds things on the digs as well, doesn't he? So imagine what he'd find if he didn't walk around talking all the time. Dale is mini-me. There is a clue. Are they identical twins? I would love somebody to put on, and we can't get it on the screen because I'm not advanced enough, but I've got a picture of Tat and Dale stood together on a day's detecting up here in Cumbria last year. And do you know what? You can't split a hair between them, height-wise. Wonderful man on, Len Jackman. Good evening, everyone from West Oxfordshire. Lovely man is Len. Great detectorist. Really nice fella. My wife used to nag at me when I got my third detector, but after finding the horde, she pushes me out more. There you go. See, it paid off. Crazy. It paid off, mate. Darren, Melanie's laughing at you for your comments. That comment was about the borrowers, I guess. Where we at? Digger Dan, what's the name of your intro tune? My partner likes the song. It's the only detecting channel that I am not shouted at to turn off until your tune finishes, then I have to turn off. Right. Okay, so I don't know if Dan can see that. Digger Dan?
He's just got his
All right, he's off to go. Hello, Jimbo. Good to see you, Jim. That's great. Absolutely great picture, Jim. I think you're quite good at photography by looking at that profile picture. Great to see you, Dan. You take care. We're up to 50 people watching, which is quite good for a Saturday night. Prince Harry. Prince Harry. Both legends, great guys. They are decent enough lads, aren't they? Tat looks up to me all the time. There you go, mate. There you go. And the Prince Harry lookalike, Hazel wishes Tat lad, apparently. Malk Sut's back. Look at that picture of Malk Sut in his tie. He looks the dapper man he is. Changed my name on YouTube to save any confusion and to hide from the tax man. Okay, mate. Well, your secret's safe with us on here, Malk. Good to see you, my friend. Right, so we've got plenty of people on now, actually, to lead us on. So just let me have a recap, he says with his wonky glasses. I'm hoping that there's people got this going on in the background while their partners are watching telly. And they're saying, what the hell is he waffling at? Does he never shut up? Because the more people that think that, the more I'll probably waffle on. So no names mentioned. But it's all about information, folks. So we've discussed the legend from Nocta coming out very, very soon. We've also discussed the dates for the filming, which is the 7th of March. So ITV4, 7th of March, folks. Get on it because you'll all enjoy it. If any of you don't enjoy it, there's something sadly wrong and you'll probably need a personality transplant. That's how good it's going to be. However, I may be biased. The third announcement that I'm going to make tonight, while I've got more people watching, is this. In August, there's going to be an event. Now, we touched on an event that we're going to be running ourselves here in Cumbria, in the north, for people to attend, which will be manufacturer-sponsored. But in August, and this is one for people's diaries, I think, is it, Mel? Would you say now? Yeah? The 13th, just get this in your mind now, the 13th of August, which is some time away. But I think a lot of people will be interested in this event. I really do. And it's going to be called Treasures Unearthed. Right? So remember the 13th of August. Remember the name, Treasures Unearthed. It's a bi-yearly event. This time it's going to be in Chester Cathedral. So Chester Cathedral, what a location, folks. Especially for people. Well, it is well worth a visit anyway. But, you think about it. Right? For the people in the north, the northwest and beyond, Wales, Yorkshire, Cumbria, even the people from down south can make it. 13th of August, Treasures Unearthed event. Chester Cathedral, which is on a Saturday, the 13th. It will be absolutely epic. Now, we've done the last... We sponsored... No, we're not using the word sponsored. We were there with a trade stand from Unearthed, okay? So we're going to be there on the day. And we're going to support that event. There's going to be clubs from the northwest region showcasing their metal detecting finds as part of their clubs. And the room at Chester Cathedral will be full of detecting related subjects, finds, discussions, everything detecting related, folks. This is going to be absolutely epic. Now, the last one was fantastic because we got members of the public trickling in. We've got a chance to speak to loads of different people, friends. We made new friends on the day. We enjoyed the experience. There was people striking hammered coins, doing history talks, you name it. There was people showcasing their detecting finds from the past 20, 30 years, which was absolutely amazing. Hoards, Bronze Age items, Celtic, Roman, Saxon, Viking, you name it, right? It was just their incredible event. And of course, on the top of that, there's going to be an amazing raffle for people to win metal detectors. So let's not beat around the bush about this. This is going to be a major event. I know there's going to be lots of other events in the UK, such as the ones down south, the big circus type events that people love to run to. Don't find a great deal, but they just love being there, which I can understand. But this is pure and utter detecting related material. Is that the right word, Mel?
Yeah, whatever you want.
Whatever. Mel's got to sleep. So the 13th of August, Saturday, Chester Cathedral. Treasures Unearthed. Get yourself onto it. You'll absolutely love it. We'll be there on the day. We'll have a trade stall. There you go. Look at that. Malk Sut. I am there with the Loon Valley Club. It will be epic. It will be epic. The last one was epic, Malk. We loved it. We absolutely loved it. As many people that can make it, you're more than welcome. It's free of charge. I'm pretty sure it's free of charge to get in. It puts metal detecting right on the map. So get on it. As many people as you can. It's one for the diary. It's just the best. It's just going to be the best event. The last one was just incredible. This is going to be even better. What a location. Chester Cathedral. Just up the road from me, practically, says History on Earth. Thought it'd be good to see him. My club are working hard on their display cases for the Treasures on Earth. There you go. And I guess that is, because I can't see a name, but is it David Dickinson?
Probably is David.
Is it David Dickinson?
Facebook.
Yes. My pleasure, Michael says to Chat, who says, you have made me laugh tonight, Michael. I'm up in the lakes end of August. Glenn. Lister. Oh, right. There you go. Glenn Lister, good man.
When we first met Glenn.
Yes, Melanie said that's when she first met Glenn. I'm up in the lakes end of August, so I'll be saving myself. I'm not sure what that means. It means that you won't be coming up, Dale. You'll be saving yourself for the week in the lakes instead of coming along to the event at Chester Cathedral. Okay, that's fine, Dale.
It is quite far away.
You are quite far away in East Anglia, but it's worth coming up, mate. If you can make it, it'd be good. It'd be really good for you. But anyway, So we've got 40 odd people watching. So there's that event that needs to be banged in people's diaries, the 13th of August. You've got the event that's coming up in spring that needs to be announced and dates and times tied up for that, which we'll be doing in the next 3 weeks. What else have we got going on? We've got the Legend coming out, haven't we, very soon, and then we've got the series on television. So we've got a lot of. That's why we've done the live stream tonight, folks. Not often we do live streams. Somebody's saying Daniel Mosser on Facebook, Mel.
No, it's just me tagging him in Williams. It's me.
Right. Well, you come up on Facebook user and the YouTube user. So make your mind up. I'll be coming up Chester Castle. Chester Cathedral is going to be, not Castle. It's under 2 hours for me, so you can make it. 2 hours is nothing. And Tat's saying he's not detecting with me now. That means Dale. Jason, get on it. So that's good. And the Mercy and Metal Detecting. Good evening, Graham, and all your metal heads. Hope you are keeping well. Hope you're well, sir. Good to see you. I've not heard of you for some time, actually. I was just thinking the other day how you were getting on. It's good to see you, Percy, and I hope all's well at your end, and I hope the weather is actually calming down a little bit. And the Dark Knight Detector says, hi to you, sir. Great to see you. Now, we're up to about 50 people watching, mainly on YouTube, but quite a few also tuning in on Facebook. So if there's any questions, folks, now's the time to start asking. We've got about half an hour left of this discussion, this live stream. So if you've got any questions about the Legend, do so. If you've got any questions about the Chester event, do so. I'll try my best with the limited knowledge that I've already got. If you've got any questions about the television series, or you've got any questions about anything else, now is the time to ask. You might have a burning question to ask. I'll try my best to answer it. I'll be there. I just live down the road from Chester, from Gary Hayes. It'd be good to see you on the day. There's a little bit of banter going on. Again, I can raid all the silver brooches on your land again. I'd feel too guilty, so I can't raid all the silver brooches. When's the second book out, Graham? It's right. The second book, as we've not got any dates at all, have we, Mel? At all for me. So we've started it, or I've started writing it, Mike, but I've got sidetracked with the filming and other things. We've got a lot going on behind the scenes. So I've not delved into the book with any anger at the moment. Do you know what I need? I need to clone myself and have a couple of me's sort of doing different things, because it just get bogged down with too much. It is coming. I'm definitely writing it. I've got the first couple of thousand words into it already, but it's been put on hold just for now. Going back to the book, actually, and you've reminded me, Michael, actually, and then a lot of people are going to groan here probably, but the Guide to Metal Detecting that I wrote last year and was published last year has been a great success. So we're nearing around about 1,000 books now sold, which I think by the time this weekend's probably over with, I think maybe 1,000 or over 1,000 books would have sold. I'm really excited about that. I didn't think I'll get anywhere near selling that many. Most authors write books and they probably get around about 250 sold. So over 1,000, nearing over 1,000 is rather, as a personal milestone, I'm rather chuffed. I'm rather chuffed about it. Dale's asking, any gold on the TV series? Wow. I cannot answer any questions regarding what was found on the television series. Dale, you know that. I know that. Everybody knows that, but you had to ask. Hi, Tapmate from the Mercy and Metal Detecting. And Michael says, well done. Yeah, no, it's an achievement. I mean, if anybody ever gets the chance to write a book, which I'm sure one or two maybe will, it's a difficult job. It's a taxing job. It's a frustrating job, but it's a very rewarding job in so much as a personal achievement. You're never going to get rich off writing a book personally, unless you write Harry Potter books, of course, and things like that. But it's a personal milestone, reaching nearly 1,000 books. I'm fairly happy with that. Any more questions, folks? Any more questions? We've still got quite a lot of people. A lot of people watching from YouTube tonight, which is good. A lot of new people watching from YouTube. Dale should have asked that in the group chat. Yes, he should. He still wouldn't have got the answer, though. Yes. Still wouldn't have got the answer. No matter what questions he asks, he'll never get any personal questions answered about the TV series because we're sworn to secrecy, folks. Well done on the book, Graham, mate. It's fantastic and should be in the book of every undetected soul in the UK. No, that's very kind words, Chris. Very difficult job doing it, but we got there, didn't we? You should be proud of your book. It's great. Fully enjoyed reading. That's very nice of you, Gary, actually. I mean, we got some lovely reviews on places like Amazon and places like Facebook and on the website. So, we knew it was going to be a hit, but I didn't expect to sell that many, to be fair. Mudface Girl's back on, which is good. Darren Booth, I'm cracking up with your music edit to Dale Short. I want to take you to a something. Too funny. Dale said, could we ask questions? But yes, I knew it was a secret. You can ask questions about the series, and you never know. I might be able to answer one, but I can't answer any questions regards what was found. Jim Lodge asks, what detector and coil did you use on the show? I can actually answer that question, Jim. I used a Minelab Equinox 800 with the standard coil on and the 10B5 Coil Tech coil. There you go. There you go, sir. So you'll see my mugshot on television soon using the Equinox 800 and either the 10B5 or the standard coil, depending which episode we're talking about. So there you go. Just moved to YouTube to give it the thumbs up. That's very kind. Mudface Girl, History on Earth Laughing. Good idea for Christopher. Dale's music is awesome. How is Mel doing? In good health, I hope. Yeah, she's good. She's been a bit of a rock today, as Mel, because we had a bit of a shaky start to the day. We've got an old dog, Gem. She's a lurcher. She's coming up 13, and she's been off her food for a few days. So we ended up having to take her to the vets today. And I have to say quite openly that I'm very, very, very useless around animals and ill health. So humans, I'm quite hard with humans, unfortunately. I don't have a great deal of time for a lot of people. But when it comes to animals and taking to the vets if there's anything wrong, I'm not very good. Melanie's a rock, and she stood in. And we thought she was going to get put to sleep, actually. It was a little bit of a, what's the word, emotional time this morning. But anyway, she pulled through, the dog. She's still with us. Still not 100% or nowhere near 100%. But so Melanie is doing well. She's doing well. She was in fine health today, sorting the dog out at the vets. Which coil do you prefer? I preferred the 10B5 on arable land, and I prefer the standard coil's pretty good on clean pasture, Dale. Were fines layers and officers in attendance on the show? Yes, is the answer. Yes, is the answer to that. Okay, did you see a fine come up on the show? You've never. Okay, did you see a fine come up on the show that I've never seen? I guess that means. Mudface girl. You've never. Oh, there she goes. You've never seen come up. Yes. Yes. Is the answer. Yes, is the answer to that. So there you go. I have to go for dinner. Is on the table. Enjoy your dinner, Terry. So I plan to do a video of the 3 mile lab equinox coils to compete, depth loss, etc. Just be careful doing them. Lots of people fall into the trap of doing videos with different coils on depth and things. If you do it in the correct manner on targets that are actually in the ground rather than air depth tests, then you'll get somewhere near the response and the desired effect. Not air test is a bit 50-50, even though people do it. You've got to be very careful. Bless, I hope she comes around. Yeah, I'm thinking she's a strong dog. She got her bloods taken looking for cancer in her kidneys and things. This is the dog. And Melanie said she came out and everything they tested her for was like unbelievably healthy. She just doesn't eat. She's just old. She's just an old dog. It's a shame. Great live, Graham. Got to shoot bedtime duties tonight. Okay, my friend, you take care. Good to see you. And we're getting more and more people joining us, believe it or not. A lot more from YouTube again. Air depth tests can be, yes, absolutely. Absolutely, mate. Yeah, you did right. Chris Kirk, good night all. Kids in bedtime. Yep, you enjoy. Chris, we've been on an hour. We've got less than half an hour left, folks. So, like I said, any questions? I've already answered some rather intriguing questions that have been hit over from the people watching, which is good. So people now know what detector I was using on the television, and they now know that I've seen a find that I've never seen before. But I think going back to it, I think you're all going to have a really good, enjoyable piece of television. And of course, what we may do, we may do a live stream after the show has been aired, just to get feedback from people, because I'm sure, right? I'm pretty damn sure you're all going to pretty much enjoy this. So yes, good stuff. Excellent. So we've got what we've got going on. We've got loads of people from YouTube, not many from Facebook, actually. I think people are jumping ship from Facebook over to YouTube. And the reason is Ant and Decker's just started on TV, so a surge on YouTube. Yeah, people are jumping ship from Ant and Decker, of course. Well, what's weird about Ant and Deck is this. They always seem to win an award every year. The same award every year goes to Ant and Deck. I mean, they've got no competition on the planet that can go up against them two dweebs. There you go. I know lots of people like them, but I can't stick them. I just think they're boring. Anyway, each to their own, of course, and I don't want a load of Ant and Deck fans jumping on me on me back. Good night, all. I'm on the rack. I will be taller tomorrow. Tat is actually going on the rack to get taller than Dale. So I think Tat is probably admitting defeat. Tat, are you admitting defeat that you're not taller than Dale and Dale's beating you by a considerable amount of height? Anyway, who knows? Detecting-wise, folks, as well, just while you're on, we have an organised dig. We had an organised dig booked in for last Sunday, and the weather was that bad we had to cancel. I think it was the first one we've ever had to cancel in about 7 or 8 years, which was rather disappointing. And then, of course, we rescheduled it for tomorrow, and tomorrow's weather is equally as bad as it was last Sunday. So heavy rain sweeping in, gales, swamping the fields with water and standing water and mud and everything else. So a quick call to the landowners, the kind landowners and the farmers. It's not going to happen. So we've had to cancel for the second week on the run. We've put it back to maybe next Sunday to see if the weather gods will grant us permission to get onto the fields and actually do some detecting. So the frustration levels are growing because I'm still not getting out myself and doing any detecting personally much. And I'm certainly not getting out with the organised dig group. So we're all pretty much feeling the same deflated sort of feeling, like everybody's sort of, getting all the gear ready and we just can't go anywhere. All revved up and nowhere to go. There you go. We've got lots of banter, actually. Ant and Dec just started on TV. We've had that. Good night, we've had that. Dale and Tat, a rival to Ant and Dec. It could be, Dale and Tat, yeah. Somebody's going to sort of put their faces, aren't they? Instead, I've got some pictures of Dale and Tat stood together. Could we put Ant and Dec's faces in there? Tat saying definitely not. We've got you're looking slimmer, mate. Somebody from Facebook said I'm looking slimmer. I've lost half a stone for those that are interested because I ballooned a load of weight. Well, I'm not, I'm what am I? Nearly 6'2". I ballooned over to 17 stone. I've always been big. John French. I've always been big, built. I've never been fat. That's the thing. I've never been fat. I've just been athletically built and big bone, possibly, or whatever. But because of that TV series, I'm blaming the TV series and eating other breakfast delights, I should say. No other words mentioned on that. I ballooned up over 17 stone. And I said to Melanie, I've never felt as lethargic and as heavy. Went on a diet. Melanie's wonderful cooking sorted me out. And I've lost half a stone and I feel great.
You've lost more than that.
She thinks I've lost more, but I've it's what?
You've not just lost weight, you've lost inches.
Yeah, no, I've not. I lost a few inches over COVID as well. That's a different story.
You didn't have COVID.
I did.
I had COVID.
I had that COVID rubbish because me anyway. Oh no, it was the vaccination, wasn't it?
Yeah. You didn't
Right.
have COVID. I had COVID. You left me.
Right, okay. You're looking slimmer anyway. Yes, thank you, John. Very kind. Have we got any of the crew attending your event in April or whenever it is? When you say the crew, do you mean the people from the television or do you mean the team on Earth, Malk? Have we got any of the crew attending your event in April? Do you mean the television crew or do you mean the team on Earth gang? Yes, I knew Dale was slightly taller than Tat, even though Dale gets the butt of the short jokes. There you go, mate. It's difficult, isn't it? It's difficult for Tat to put up with this banter, but it's true. Dale's taller. Tat, what are you doing, mate? He'll be wearing big boots now with big heels on when I see him next. I didn't realize Detector was Tat. Nice to meet you, Your Highness. Wow, yeah, Prince Harry himself. Right, we've got Hugh on. What a nice fella. Sorry for the late join. Me takeaway turned up, and sorry if this has been Ask Graham. Any truth on this new machine from my lab, the Photon? There's lots of rumours going round, Hugh, at the moment. The rumour mill. Yeah, no, you can't say things like that, Melanie, of course. But the thing is, Hugh, there's always something cooking in the world of detecting. So I'm going to keep that on just for another couple of moments. You can never say never, and you can never rule anything out when it comes to detecting. All I'm going to say is this, and I said this earlier, 2022 is going to be a rather exciting year for people in the detecting world as their main hobby, with the products, accessories, and metal detectors that are coming out this year. I think we'll look back and think of 2022 as being a bit of a landmark. So there you go. Make of that what you will. Some interesting stuff. Bread and water does wonders. Do you know what, mate? I should have been on bread and water. I just felt heavy. I just ate a lot. I just ate more than I know. I've got a big appetite as well, and I don't drink. I don't drink a lot at all. Melanie will back me up. COVID Willie. Yes, I had COVID Willie as well when I had my vaccine. Unfortunately, if anybody wants to know what that is, you can ask. You might not get the answer that you required or the desired answer. You're welcome, Michael, says Tat. Any of the crew, i.e. the main man. Right, okay, possibly, Malk. We're hoping that the event, if we can time the event in such a way that we can get some of the production guys, the Henry Cole's Great British Treasure Hunt guys to come up. Whether Henry will come up himself, who knows? He might say, yeah, thanks, but no thanks, I'm too busy. Or he might just rock up. You never know. It'll be interesting, but we'll try our best. We'll try our best. Oh, you mean me? No, I'm not the main man. No, you're getting me wrong, mate. It's I'm just a minion. If any of us Team on Earth make the dig, I'm sure we'll be happy to sign stuff. The last thing I signed was my marriage certificate. Well, that's good. That's good, and it's it stayed in your mind that you signed that marriage certificate Jason. So happy days for that. Right, folks. So we've still got quite a high number of people watching, actually. So we'll have a bit of a recap. We've got about 20 minutes left. I'm going to knock it off about 7:30, folks. So we've got the Legend coming out very soon, which is going to excite a lot of people. We've also got an event coming up in the spring for people to attend, a manufacturer-sponsored event. We've got the Chester event on the 13th of August, which will be Treasures Unearthed, which will be rather exciting, I think. I'm already looking forward to that because it's run by a number of really dedicated individuals, and they do it off their own back, and they're just nice people as well. Northwest and the regional NCMD. So that's all good stuff. And we've got the series coming out on the 7th of March. How good? How good? We've got Mel back. Shirley wants to know what Mel was feeding you as she wants to lose the odd ounce. Melanie bought a book from the internet, off the internet, called, I'm waiting for the book's name.
The Slimming Foodie.
Do you know what? At times she's not the quickest, she's not the brightest of fireworks in the box, isn't Melanie?
Oh.
Come on, Mel. So the book that lost me the half a stone within a few weeks, and it was about cutting back on certain foods, of course, is this book here, folks. And do you know what? I'm going to say this now. I haven't got an affiliation to this person. I don't know who she is. She's called Pip Payne, which is a great name, actually, Pip Payne. Sounds like some of a Marvel comic, doesn't it? Pip Payne wrote this book, and it's the Slimming Foodie. There you go, folks. That is what's lost me the weight. And I have to say, the food in there is rather tasty. And it's cooked in a proper way where there's no fats, oils, whatever it is that bangs the weight on the calorific.
Porridge. I make porridge every morning.
She makes porridge every morning. That's another thing. I was a big cereal eater. So I ate things from cornflakes, crunchy nut cornflakes, Weetabix, Farley's rusks, you name it, I'd eat it. And it says on the packet Farley's rusks, doesn't it? Unlimited age. So you can't say they're just for babies either. And they are rather tasty, but they don't have to put your weight on. So for years and years, I've been a big cereal eater, and I was hungry probably by mid-morning. So I'd snack on bits and pieces in the kitchen, maybe have a biscuit or two at 11 o'clock, waiting for my dinner to arrive, or make my dinner or buy my dinner in. And then, of course, we started on the porridge in the morning, which fills you up. And even after dinner, I was still full. So there's another weight loss plus. So there you go. We've got 5'8", or I was when I was 30. Go and measure yourself, Dale. Tat, well, you were 5'8". You told me you were 5'6" with size 3 feet. Sounds like great expectations. Must be ghoul, yeah, gruel or ghoul, yes. Brilliant. What would we do without Mel? Yeah, exactly. I often think that. Mel, gruel. There you go, gruel. Yeah, it's not bad actually. She makes it out of the packet, don't you? Proper oats. So it's done on the hob. And it's just done right, and it tastes nice. And she has to clean the pan afterwards, she said. Well, she's going to work them bingo wings, isn't she? Get them worked up. Right, folks, we've got 35 people watching. We're dropping off now because people are going off to watch Ant and Dec, I guess. We've still got a quarter of an hour left, so anything you need to know. We've covered a lot. If you want me to go through anything else, we can. Just let me mention, he says nearly killing himself, that rest assured, folks, the legend is nearing. So there you go. Hats off to Nocta. They finally managed to get them out. We've got Don Shepard all the way from sunny Scotland, the man himself, and he's got a picture of his Roman silver coin he found, Gita or Caracalla. I think it's Gita, isn't it, John? Was it Caracalla or Gita? They're both very, very similar portraits, actually. He found it on the Unearthed Dig. And he loved it. Tat's laughing at my comments about him being 5'6" and size 3 feet. And you are 5'6". That's what you told me, Tat. And Dale was 5'7.5". Listen, I've started something about height in Dale and Tat, and only them two can prove how tall they are.
Good things come in small packages.
Yeah, good things come in small packages. And also, you've got to remember, if we do a live stream again in the future, okay, if we do a live stream again in the future, we may have the evidence of Tats and Dale's height, and then once and for all, we can put it to bed. Have you heard anything about the new? I did, Mike, and I forgot, and that sounds really cruel. But I think it's going to work on a platform of 4 to 5 different frequencies. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, that sort of thing. I know it's going to have a very high frequency for the gold, which is good. And you know what? Going back to the legend as well, don't be surprised that this machine gives other machines a bloody nose. I think it'll be pretty damn good in so much as the stability, the build quality, the features, the waterproof features, of course, and the wireless are pretty damn good. And the balance, the grip. I even like some of the features that it's got, hours used clock ticking away, like a bit like a motor with mileage. So if you come across a second-hand Legend and the owner says, well, it's had 6 hours of use, and you turn it on and it's now 90 hours of use, someone's telling fibs. The good thing is it's bomb-proof, so it gives you an idea of how many hours that machine's been used out in the field, which I think is a rather good feature. And also one or two of the other machines have a similar feature to it, but I also think it's a good idea sticking that in. So we've got, if you want to lose weight, go for Keto Diet. I went from 18 stone to 13.11 in 7 months. It's a carb-free, high-fat diet. That sounds really good. Yeah, I'm just worried about. Some of these diets. But that does sound good. I must be the smallest of the lot at 5'7". You know what, mate? Small things coming, good things come in small packages, as Melanie said. I thought on the part 2 on the Knox, as I only just tried it on Adrian's advice, and it's incredibly deeper than field 1. Part 2, I've not used part 2. I think that might be John who's asking this. Just got to be careful using different modes on machines like the Equinox, and got modes on the Legend are going to be coming out. Simplex has got modes on, that sort of thing. And the reason is, for certain objects, it will be deeper than other modes, but the things that we search for, the tiny cut quarters and cut halves, there could be a compromise there. So part 2 might have too much discrimination, for example, built into it that might ignore or might not be as good around the smaller targets. It might be great for banging out, Roman sesterces or Roman brooches at a certain size or Victorian pennies and that sort of thing. But just remember the things that the things that you desire, that you want to search for, the cut halves, the cut quarters, the small, tiny stuff, silver, gold, and that sort of thing that exists out in the fields, then part 2 might not be as good at homing in on them particular targets. I hope that helps, John. And I have to say as well, folks, this gentleman here, John French, a very good friend of mine, John is actually starring on the episodes and the show as well. He's part of a group, a team, I should say. I'm not going to say the name of the team, but that's him and Henry form one team. Me and Adrian form another team. Shirley and Kate form another team. Lisa and Louise form another team. And Ben and Ashley form the last team. So there's going to be 5 teams. And John French, folks, is one of them people that you'll be seeing on telly very soon. And believe me, at the end of this series, he'll be famous. I heard part of the recall said more frequencies. I think, there could be a number of things that the recall or the after the testers had used the Legend that Nocta found that needed tweaking. And you don't know if they were very clever in so much as some of the other machines or the other manufacturers launched a machine, didn't they, recently, around about Christmas time. So you don't know if they just had a little look at that performance of that machine and then tweaked the Legend alongside it to make it equally, if not better. You just don't know. You can't rule anything out. We've got Hi Graham and Mel Tinks, hope you're well, from Kevikus. Good to see you, Kev. Hope you're well and staying safe. Rob Wood, good evening, everyone. Regards from the Isle of Man. What a wonderful place. You may see us on the Isle of Man one day, Rob. Can't say any more than that. When are the cable snakes back in, Graham? I'm hoping very soon, Jim. I'm hoping very, very soon. Steady lol. I think that's from John French. But yeah, I think you'll find John. I think you'll find a number of the detectorists actually on the series from the 7th of March onwards will become rather household names off the back of this series. I'm only putting it out there, folks. And John French is one of them. He comes across on camera and on film extremely well. And what a nice fella he is too. It's been an absolute pleasure to work alongside these people. And John's just one of the 10 other detectorists that we spent a lot of time with. Believe me, it was grueling as well. Absolutely grueling. We were freezing cold, red hot, mud up to our eyeballs. It was proper hardcore detecting, just as it should be. None of this walking off into the fields for 2 hours and then coming back. Oh, no. None of that going on. Keto is now recognized by doctors to stop diabetes and high cholesterol. That's good. Yeah, that's good. I mean, cholesterol is a real problem for people. Diabetes is on the rise as well. There's lots of people. I had friends that have been diagnosed with diabetes. So, I can understand that being a problem. Should I go for the Coil Tech 10B5? Do you know what? The 10B5 Coil Tech, Rob, is a terrific coil. And this is only me putting it out there, by the way. And I've got no axe to grind with any of the other coils. But for me, the 10B5 Coil Tech is a perfectly weighted and balanced coil for the Equinox 800, 600 on arable land, Roman sites, habitational sites, iron-laden sites, mineralized sites. It's very, very good at target separation. And the depth qualities on it as well are pretty damn good. So it's a very good coil. Very, very good coil. I've just really enjoyed using mine. Good evening, all. I'm not sure who that is, folks, from Facebook, because it's just a user, but welcome. And the numbers are still sort of hovering around about the 40-odd mark, which is good. Still got about 10 minutes left. Dean Giggle.
No, Walter it is.
Oh, Walter from Walter Perry. Yeah, what a man. What a man. He's a really nice fellow, he's Walter. Got a lot of time for Walter. One of the true gentlemen of detecting is Walter. All the way from sunny Scotland. Which channel is the Henry Cole series on? It's going to be on ITV4 from the 7th of March, Malk. And then there is talk. Now this is only putting it out there. It might, it might be that it doesn't happen, but there is talk of it going on to ITV1. So ITV4, and then there is talk of it going on to ITV1, the main ITV channel. There's nothing like it on television. And any detecting related programs I'll support wholeheartedly, because anything that puts the hobby in a good light and anything linked to the hobby that we enjoy watching, I'm always going to support. And this is going to be one that even if I wasn't starring in it, I would be throwing my weight behind and saying what a fantastic advert for the hobby. It's just a terrific, entertaining show for everybody that loves history and metal detecting to enjoy. Sit back with your family, with a beer, and watch it for an hour. It's bloody good television, I tell you. It really is. I can't wait. I can't wait for the first one. The first one to go out on the 7th. The pressure's on because I'll be, high levels of anxiety before it goes out because you're going to be nervous. We're all going to be nervous. All 10 of us are going to be nervous when it goes onto ITV. But once that first one goes out, I know for a fact the vast majority of people are going to say, wow. I'm absolutely convinced of that. So he's at ITV4. Where we at? Crazy. Not taking into account the weight, but would you pick a CTX or a Nox? We use both. I think the Nox is a better machine than the CTX. I do. I find that, and this isn't a slur on the CTX actually, because I think the CTX is a decent enough detector by all accounts. I used to use one very, very briefly, so I'm not an avid user of the CTX. But the two things that I found about the CTX is obviously the weight, taking the weight into account. I found it an overcomplicated machine to get my head around at times. Well, I think once you got the program sorted out into it, the tadpole stuff and everything else, it was okay. But I think the Equinox has the edge on smaller targets, and I think it's better homing in on the cut quarters and cut halves. But there's going to be a lot of CTX users out there saying, "Oh, hang on a minute, I found this," and I understand that. And there's lots of people that find wonderful things with the CTX. But if I had the choice, I would pick the Equinox over the CTX. Absolutely. But there you go. That's just my opinion, of course. Don't beat me up for it. Thanks, Melanie Walker. Thanks, Mel. I think that's off Walter.
No, it's not. It's off Daniel.
Oh. All right, okay. Cheers, Malk. Cheers, Michael and Graham from Malk. William Morris, hi mate. This is the one. It's from an app I use, editing music. Blah blah blah. I don't know what that's about. Graham, why don't archaeologists like us? It's a very good question, Rob. And I'm going to just, do you know what? I'm trying my best to answer as many of these questions as I can in my own way. If I get it wrong, don't kill me. But archaeologists have been trained. They've gone through the educational system to become archaeologists, which I can understand. So a lot of archaeologists have gone through the corridors of colleges and universities and slightly been brainwashed by their tutors about detectorists being evil, grave robbing, archaeologically damaging individuals that hoik artifacts and coins from their beloved, spots in the ground, and then we sort of like stick them on eBay and sell them. Now, there's one or two that think that, and there's one or two people out there you'll never change their minds about detectorists as long as we live. And there's an element of elitism as well, I think, Rob. I think there's a lot of people saying, well, hang on a minute, there's only us linked to this sort of this sort of area of expertise that are allowed to handle objects from the ground. Detectorists shouldn't be doing it, only archaeologists should. I'm not saying all of them are, actually. I think by all accounts there's some pretty damn good ones, but there's some pretty awful ones with bad attitudes, I have to say, and I've come across them on social media, and they are the real deal, because you just click on their profile and they've got the archaeological whatever it is linked to sort of York or wherever it might be in the country. So they are the real deal that really have a pop about detectorists. So there's an element of elitism that comes with it, but in reality, what detectorists do is they save finds, artifacts, and coins from sheer destruction. So for example, every year, some of these coins and artifacts that we certainly find are getting more and more damaged. So, if you're detecting on the arable lands in East Anglia, Lincolnshire, Yorkshire, or other areas where the plough and agricultural machinery is continuously turning the fields over, then the artifacts and coins are going to get damaged one way or another. So in one hand, we're saving them from pure destruction, bringing them back to life for people to see again. But some of them, and most of them, are knackered and they've been chipped away at that much. So they're just, they're just, unfortunately, we've not had enough. We've not saved them in time. And this is the thing, when you see archaeologists digging sites and they bring the bulldozer on and they scrape the first 2 or 3 foot off, and then you say, well, aren't you damaging archaeology by doing that? Then they'll turn around to you and say pretty much, well, we're not interested in the first couple of feet anyway. We're interested in what lies beneath. Our detectors, in most circumstances, only go down, a few inches to find these objects, coins. None of them that I can ever remember digging, and I'll put my hand on heart, I've never broken through archaeological layers to pick out a coin or an artifact. So it's an argument lost with me when archaeologists have a go about detectorists. Detecting is, and always will be in my mind, the greatest hobby on the planet. We're saving history. We're bringing coins and artifacts back to life. It's the nearest thing to time travel that you could ever wish for, because you're the first person to hold that coin, possibly for 800-900 years or even longer. So for people to have a go about detectorists, it's wrong. They need to know the facts. Don't label us or don't tar us with the same brush as you do night hawkers, because that's a very tiny element of detecting, actually, people that go out at night, doing what they do. But, I've never known any detectorist in my entire life break through archaeological levels. Never, ever. Yet there's people out there swear that we do it. I've seen Time Team, for example. I've seen them coming on the Time Team program with, let me just adjust this a bit. Yeah, there you go. The Time Team program with diggers and, literally scraping off foot after foot of earth. There must be finds laying around all over them spoil heaps. And I know they bring detectorists in to find them, which they probably do. But, you know, you tell me which detector goes down that deep to break through archaeological layers. Doesn't happen. So it's just, there is an element, and it's out there now. You've heard me say it. There's an element of elitism. I've been through the educational process. I've been through college and university to get my degree in archaeology. I'm the only person that can actually handle objects from the soil. We don't detect on archaeological sites. We don't go anywhere near scheduled sites or scheduled monuments. The idiots that go on there are not detectorists. The people that use detectorists for ill-gotten gains. So the argument will always be, leave detectorists alone to carry out their work, because if it wasn't for us, all these hoards and amazing finds wouldn't come to light. We've enriched the country with so many good finds over the years. It's incredible. You know, you can just think of all the hoards and the important discoveries that have been found with detectors. If it wasn't for us detectorists finding them, they'd still be out there laying under the ground, probably never discovered. And it boils my blood when certain individuals get on their high horse and rant about us and they've got no factual evidence to back it up. Leave us alone to do our job. And of course, the last thing I'd like to add to it is this, right? And Melanie will be laughing at me. I think, not laughing at me, agreeing with me, because I rant on about it all the time, is they should be given, metal detectorists, right? Hear me out, should be given community awards for the work that we do. We should be absolutely be given community awards. We should be cherished, and we should be absolutely celebrated for the work that we do. Does anybody disagree with what I've said? What? Why? It just beggars belief that there's people that just have a go at detectorists. You know, I've seen them on Facebook when an archaeological Facebook group will put an important find out there that's been found by a detectorist. They never mentioned the detectorist; they just mentioned the find. I'll be the one of the people that jumps in and say, "What about mentioning the detectorist?" And then you'll get one or two people behind saying detecting should be outright banned. I had a bloody French archaeologist at me when I dare show one of my finds from 2018 that I saved from destruction, right? A really important find for me, right? A bronze Iron Age artifact. And I had this French archaeologist saying to me, "You grave robber, you shouldn't have been, you've damaged it, you know, you've damaged all the layers of archaeology." It was found about 4 inches on the surface of a ploughed field, for God's sake. You absolute whopper. And if I could have, do you know what? He made me so mad. What I did though, I banned him completely off the Facebook page, because I didn't feel good about banning him. I just felt relieved that what I was worried about, I've got these idiots on there that lurk. So there you go, folks. It's triggered a little bit of sod the French. Michael says, there you go. A French archaeologist had a go at me. You know, they're just narrow-minded idiots, these people. Rob Quincy, I think the TV program like you have coming up might help put us in a better light. Absolutely will. It'll show us for what we do. So we've got, they use pickups to dig their sites, which isn't good. I got slagged off for finding the Roman licking dog hoard. I then threatened the head of the BM with slander. Well, it's just not good, is it? It's just not good. You know, we do a sterling job. People that find hoards and important discoveries should be given a community award, for God's sake. Get it out there, folks. Get it out there. Wayne Heston King, they wouldn't have as much to study and save if it wasn't for us responsible detectorists informing finds liaison officers. We would just, you know, it's just crazy, isn't it? How many detectors can actually reach down to undisturbed archaeological level? Absolutely. It's so deep. That's why they bring diggers out onto these digs to scrape off the first few feet. It's incredibly crazy to think that we do a lot of damage. It's because they think we're not qualified. However, some are a little bit more understanding. Yeah, no, you know, some of them are really good. You know, some of them are decent people and they want to work in partnership, but you've got some that are so narrow-minded. It's unbelievable. And I think it's because they've been educated at certain universities with dinosaur tutors that have drilled it into them from young age that Detector is to the devil. And I think that's exactly what it is. Rob says, I'm glad I asked. Yes, it triggered me, Rob. It triggered my, even my knee. Even my knee, my left knee was giving it this. My left knee was shaking. I was that pent up. Anyway, there you go. Right, folks. So we've got just a couple of minutes left. Great to see everybody. I hope you're all up to date on everything. You're up to date on the TV series. You're up to date on the Legend coming very soon. You're up to date on the event on the 13th of August. You're up to date on the spring event that we're organising with Unearthed. And what else can I say, folks? Fantastic to see everybody. Great to see everybody. I hope you're all well, and I hope you all keep well in this this storm. Keep an eye out as well before I disappear for a really interesting YouTube video coming very soon that I think all of you will enjoy. Just keep an eye out for that, folks. Other than that, can I say to everybody, have a great evening. I'm going to go off and have a glass of water, I should say, and enjoy my evening. Okay, folks. Good to see you all. Take care. See you all next time. Bye for now.